Boom, boom, kappa. Boom, 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 boom. My God. Oh. I'm gonna just have a lunch leave. What's good, y'all? Lord Dragonfire here. I don't know. This is my, scared TV. Oh. Spob die. It's what I would know. Oh my God. Kindly fucking kill. Guys, think of my bodies. What? And does that mean? The formidable robot.
A couple of months ago, I began my classes at Chico State University. As I was preparing for my freshman year, I was able to find everything that I needed, except for a laptop. I'm not exactly very good at letting $1 go for something, especially...
I would not like my cheese moldy, bro.
I scoured the internet for good deals on laptops, finding none that suited my frugal habits. Classes were only 2 weeks away.
Freelaptops.org. No, we don't need freelaptops.org.
I saw an ad in the newspaper for a laptop that was being sold for only $600, and not too far from where I live. It was a very nice Dell laptop too, seeming on that it was being sold for almost $1,000 less than store price. I drove to the seller's address the following day. The house was farther out of the city, heading up to a dense forest. Outside of the house was an old Chevrolet, and a mess of old signs and other various vintage-looking items. I rang the doorbell, and a thin man in a flannel jacket came to the door. When I asked about the laptop, he looked almost relieved, and told me he was ready to sell it immediately. Luckily I came with cash in hand, and after proof of good condition, I went home with a new computer. Excited to have my first self-bought
Wait,
laptop,
how many hours?
I powered it up and began uploading my old programs and applications onto it. Upon searching the hard drive, I found a folder hidden away on it, which was odd because the man selling it told me that the memory was wiped clean and ready for a fresh start. The folder was titled September 17, 2010, presumably a date. I opened the folder,
frick does that mean?
6 videos and 3 pictures. Curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to watch the videos. The first video was simply titled 001. The
001?
A shaky camcorder inside of a vehicle, recording a woman walking out of a bar and getting into her car at night. After a couple of seconds the woman drove off, and almost immediately, the person recording the video began to drive after her. The video ended after 24 seconds. It almost seemed like the cameraman had been waiting for the woman for a while. Come to think of it, I wasn't too alarmed by this at the time, just a little unsettled.
Good connection.
I opened the next video file, titled 002. I assumed that this was the next part of the first video. My assumption was right, as it began with the camera on top of the console, facing out of the windshield.
Oh.
It was raining now, leading me to believe that this was a short while after the first video ended. I figured out that the vehicle towards ahead of this one was the same car that the woman at the bar vacuumed. This went on for an unsettling 47 seconds, before the camera cut out. I began to get a little nervous, fearing that this might take a turn for the worst. But as if I was watching a television show, I wanted to see where this was headed. Not totally concerned yet, I decided to press on. The third video was, of course, titled 003. This was the
You
one
don't
that got
have the
me
now.
initially
This
concerned.
now?
The clip began from the
Wait,
same
ow,
shaky hands as the
see
first
what I
clip.
did.
Okay.
It was now pouring rain outside of the car, and I could barely make
Look,
out a
do
figure
they
with
have,
the coat with
Xfinity?
umbrella walking to the front door of
Yeah.
the house.
Oh, hello. I'm watching The Formidable Robot. A very great creepypasta storyteller.
The following stillness greatly unnerved me. The only thing that could be heard was
Wait,
the
you're not
sound
gonna
of
watch
wind
this.
Excuse me,
of the
what?
car.
No,
After
don't
roughly 2 minutes of
don't
this
even say my
nerve-wracking
fucking real
nothingness, the
name.
lights
Or my
inside of the
bullshit
house
name
cut out.
in this stream.
Another minute or so
We
went
can't.
by before the camera was placed onto the console again, and the sound of
Okay, for some reason, like, the layout for the now YouTube TVs just looks like a fucking video player for some reason. I don't know why.
exiting the car broke the stillness. After the car door quietly closed, another figure, this time
I
could
can't
be
do
seen
that.
walking towards
Look
the
for
house.
Xfinity.
I began to feel the knot tightening
But
in
this
the
is
bottom of my
Xfinity.
stomach as the stranger walked around to the back of the house. Whoever this person was, they definitely weren't supposed to be there. After another
I need
couple of
lights.
seconds,
I
the
can't
lights
see.
came
I don't have
outside
my
Why
of
are
the
you
house.
always blind?
It was pitch black, and only the
Give it to me for a minute.
the camera was
Okay.
still rolling. The video ended after about 9 minutes of rain and darkness. I was now pretty sure that this was not an innocent little project or anything of that nature, and I began to feel stupid for not checking this laptop seller's credibility. Was this person stalking the woman the same person that I met with earlier? Throughout the whole experience, I had a dormant thought in the back of my head to call the police, but I wasn't ready just yet. Reluctantly now, I began the fourth video, 004. It was dark again, but the rain had stopped, and I was left with only silence. Not long after the clip began, I could make out the sound of footsteps on gravel, getting louder as someone was approaching the vehicle. The car door opened and the dome light was turned on, and I could tell that the camera was now on the floor of the car, pointing up towards the roof.
A formidable robot.
Okay.
A very...
William, where's the,
Don't!
Okay.
What? Where's the what?
I need an Xfinity up here. Pop Xfinity up
But this is Xfinity!
That is not the Xfinity I need.
But it is.
I cannot put my password in here.
Xfinity's bitch-ass Wi-Fi. Anyways, the Joyful, this is the formidable robot storyteller.
Sounding from the back of the truck. An arm abruptly obstructed the camera's view and
See?
a large shark could be seen being pulled out from the car. I had
Very
only one
creepypasta
scenario
storyteller.
running through my head, and I hoped that it wasn't true. The person picked up the camera and put it back onto the console, and began to back up. They drove for a good 3 minutes before parking in a branched off road, and exiting the car to work on the load they were carrying.
Where's the Wi-Fi
6 minutes
stuff
after,
at?
the car was moved
Hmm?
again.
It's not going to allow me to sign into Now. We don't have a Now account. We only have an Xfinity account.
But that is Xfinity!
No. Okay. Show me where the stuff is, and then I'll go from there. Okay, let me see.
Xfinity bitch-ass Wi-Fi. There.
And to a different location, and the camera was picked up and carried underhanded away from the car.
Yeah.
I could see now
I do.
that it was the same shit-bucket truck that was in front of the seller's house. I was about ready to call the cops on this street when the camera turned towards the house. It was a completely different house than the one I visited. I was a little relieved by this, though it didn't prove anything. As the fourth video came to an end, I was wondering whether or not I was prepared to see what came next. I could only hope that this was a prank, or at least had a happy ending. 005 began inside the house. It was extremely dark, and the only thing I could make out was a figure that would occasionally walk in front of the camera. It was also quiet for the first few moments, minus the occasional barking of a dog outside. Eventually a small sound started to appear. The small sound soon escalated to a loud muffled scream. Shaking and struggling sounds became more apparent as time went on, as well as crying. A light abruptly came on, and the camera was lifted and panned to the center of the room, revealing a heated and bloody woman tied to a chair. From what I could make out, this was in fact the woman from the bar. The camera zoomed in on her face for what seemed like an eternity before stopping. I couldn't believe that this was happening. The original hope that this was a movie or something like that had long since finished. With only one video remaining, I was beginning to fear for my own safety. I locked my door, closed my blinds and pushed onward. I began 006 with a small hope that this woman was still alive, and that I could have her saved. The final installment of this horror show began in a bathroom setting. The camera was placed on the counter, facing a mirror, in which I could see a door. The only sound I could make was a familiar sound that destroyed my hopes. Power tools. I
Nope.
stood in front of the screen for what felt like hours before the sound.
It's a terror music.
Okay, William, let me look at it. Do not hit any buttons. It does not allow me to hook into what now. I need where all the Wi-Fi stuff is.
What does that mean?
Show me all the available Wi-Fi.
One, Infinity,
No, let me see them.
S, Smart Life,
Let me see.
EECD, and God damn it.
How did now?
If you saw my stupid face, like, it just looks like a fucking kid. I don't get why. Fucker! I don't even know what I'm even gonna say. But anyways, this is the music that is playing. It's not happy, but, it's, terminative. The word that just popped up in my head was terminative. Terminative. I'm not sure if that even is a real word. I don't really have any link.
William, I can't. Do it. Okay, here, just take this. I can't do it now. I have to do it later. I gotta be able to see. I need my glasses. I don't have them.
Why don't you connect your Wi-Fi to this anyway? If you want to know what this is, oh, God damn it. This shit is not even loading.
Unstopped. More silence. Then heavy footsteps, accompanied by what sounded like something being dragged. The doorknob turned and the door was pushed open. Out of the darkness of the rest of the house appeared a middle-aged woman dressed in what I can only describe as lab attire, sporting a respirator and a pair of long rubber gloves. This, for some strange reason, gave me a small amount of relief. In the reflection, the woman struggled to drag something to the bathtub. As she hoisted it into the tub, I could see that it was a large, black garbage bag. I felt like I was dreaming. It was like I was watching a horror movie unfolding on the screen. She lifted the bag up from the tub, now empty, except for whatever entrails that still dropped out. She picked up the camera and placed it on the ground, facing the tub. On the floor in front of the bathtub was an assortment of corrosive substances and several other empty containers. The woman began to dump the liquids into the tub, which was followed by an awful noise that I can only describe as pop rocks mixed with coke. The video ended, and I was left bewildered and panicked. I finally opened the pictures. The first was a picture of the truck. The second was a picture of the girl.
Truck.
I up before she was beaten. And the third picture brought up a corrupted file notice, but maybe that's a good thing. I managed to keep the two pictures before I handed the laptop over to the police. I was reimbursed my $600, along with a bonus. Apparently the victim was the young girlfriend of the older woman's ex-husband. The older woman was arrested almost a year before, but was freed of all charges due to a lack of evidence, and the ex-husband was incarcerated instead. I guess this was the missing link. I hope this has solved any unanswered questions. Although I'm not sure who the man in the flannel jacket was or how he got a hold of the laptop, or how he owns the same truck as the murderer. I guess I'll just leave that to the police.
What's it called? Popeyes.
Yeah, Popeyes. Wait, what? Huh? I don't even know. Talking gumball. The fuck?
Well, you have to turn this down. I don't want
Back
to be
in
watching all this.
2015, I got this super cheap
I'm watching
Android
this.
tablet at a drugstore. I never thought to put any care into it, so I more or less just used it
How the
as a
fuck
guinea
would you
pig.
get a tablet
I
at a
looked
Stop
at
the
drugstore?
F word.
That piece of
You
junk
stop
was
with the
what
F word.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now.
And you stop with the
The
A
next
word.
time you say the F word, hand
What
me
about
your
you?
phone.
Hand me your phone if you say it
But there
again.
were a hell of a lot of homebrew apps up for grabs too. One of those apps had always come off as strange, talking gumball. I don't even remember downloading it. Its main allure to me was that it would never start. It's foggy now, but I remember this ancient end-read emoji paired with some text along the lines of, "Wait your turn." I'd be checking in pretty regularly just to see if it would ever be my turn. One day it was. I want to start off by saying that it was very oddly designed. It was clearly using a custom 3D model. I'd give it more credit if it wasn't for how stuffed and off-model it looked, and the background didn't look like it came from the show at all. I distinctly remember 4 buttons at the top of the screen, 2 of which I remember pretty vividly: talk, and no animations had any sort of sound attached. I tried talking to Gumball. He responded in the same high-pitched voice as every game in this niche, and blatantly lacked a talking animation. He just kept drifting in his chair. I got bored with this pretty quickly. I was a bit into interactive buddy and the like, so I gave in and tried out the hurts button. Nothing happened for a good few seconds. Just when I started to think the button was non-functional, a blowtorch went off from the right side of the screen, straight into Gumball's left arm. I remember him squirming. It was as if he was strapped to his chair. The flame quickly burned a black hole in his shirt as the squirming became more and more violent. In a panic, I turned the tablet on its face and took a minute to bask in the silence. It felt like my ears started to swell. In that moment, it felt like Gumbo was real. It felt like I had turned my back on a friend and left him to die. Even at 9 years old, I felt a moral obligation to face it head on. I turned the tablet back up, it was still going. Gumbo was nearly convulsing at this point, desperately trying to get out. In a panic, I looked through the UI for any sort of option to reverse what I did. There wasn't. All I was left with was the hurt button, and with no better option, I pressed it. I prayed. That's when a saw blade shot out of the top left. It struck his leg. I threw the tablet in shock and stumbled to the corner of my room. I felt sick. With my head in my hands, I couldn't help but stare at the tablet. The screen was pitch black, and visibly cracked. It was broken. In fear that my parents would try to repair it and find out about what I did, I hid it inside an old binder and claimed I lost it. It was a cheap tablet anyways. Years later, I chalked it up to a horror game trying to date kids. I always bring it up to my friends as a haunted game. It's nothing more than a bit at this point. Recently though, I stumbled upon the tablet again while flipping through old school work. Miraculously, it started charging. Finally being able to investigate this game a little more, I took a few pictures to show my friends and turned it on, only to be met with no gumball, and 3 words. Camera feed unavailable.
No. Whoa. Oh. Fuck. I do not have that goddamn cord.
Stop.
I mean, the box, the charging box.
For what?
For charging this. I mean, this.
What do you mean? You have a charging block right there.
I need the other one.
Well, I told you to bring what you need. Why are you unplugging everything?
Starting route to Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen. Proceed to Martha Custis Drive. Then take the first right.
William!
What?
I told you to bring your own charging blocks, and if you don't bring them, it's too bad.
Oh, where was the other one?
No, there's no charging blocks here for you.
Why?
Because I said bring what you need to charge your devices. Now, if you plug your computer in, then you could plug that cable into the computer and it will charge your phone. You're not going to come in here.
SpongeBob Yippee.
You're not going to come in here and
goes postal.
and take everything like you own it.
Not even this fucking Wi-Fi would work. says sign in, sign in, sign in. Granddad.
What?
Hey, no. And why can't you sign into the Xfinity anyway?
I don't know why. I'm going to have to find out. I can't see to read all that stuff. You'll have to wait till tonight. Or use your hotspot. One of the two.
The balls are gone. Gone. There we go. The balls are gone. Anyways, you've been a good time. Oh. It's not there. The balls! Fuck, man, they're also gone! Yes. Okay, let's see.
Schlep has recently become a Roblox moderator. Well, kinda. So recently, Schlep, the YouTuber who was sent to cease and desist by Roblox a while back for catching the platform, has realized that Roblox's staff team has been stalking his Twitter account. In response to this, he started to tweet out many inappropriate games still up on the Roblox platform, with them either containing stereotypes like Cotton Simulator or flat out content. This has led to Roblox actually starting to take down these horrible games, with some of these games having millions of visits and thousands of concurrent players. It's not like they're being taken down maybe a day or two later. No, these games that Schlep is calling out are being taken down within minutes to hours of him tweeting it, meaning that it's very obvious that Roblox is constantly stalking
Why
his
did you
social
even
media.
say your
Make sure
name
to
in
like,
front of my
subscribe,
own
and share
fucking
this with a
stream?
friend because Schlep has recently become a
You shouldn't be recording right now anyway.
I mean, it's not like I can't even fucking silence it anyway. The balls are gone. None. None. Might as well. Oh. Hello. Oh. The fuck? What the fuck do you mean, though? Oh my god, my fucking god. I was just gonna like watch this formidable robot and now let me
Okay, William.
go.
Let's go. We're gonna go to Popeyes. Come on.
Let me see how many minutes left, Lieutenant.
Next episode of the
Shut the. It says it premieres in 2 hours, Lieutenant. I don't know if I could watch it in time, Esquire. It's good. Junior. We won't even come back for another fucking month or two.
Do any of you remember this YouTube boot from around 2013 to 2015? I couldn't tell you who made it for the life of me, but I've been looking for it for a while now, and I think I may have actually found it. Being a very young child with unrestricted internet access, I got my hands on a lot of shit that I absolutely shouldn't have. Typical old school YouTube channels like Smosh, really violent and or sexual newgrounds stuff like Brawl Talks, Sonic Shorts, or Nintendo. And on the subject of Sonic, those weird fetishy Sonic art, comics and games, you know the ones. But among this very much not for children content I came across in my youth, I found this YouTube boot titled something like 1TP Sketchville Goes Postal. Something I distinctly remember was that I didn't know much about until way later on in my life, which may have been
No.